Welcome to today's edition of Battle Talk. I am Don Battlehawk, and yesterday I had the opportunity to either try to listen to, or watch the DC at Columbus game. The Defenders versus the Aviators. And the first part I missed, no one's fault, but just, I don't know, some receptive problem. I'm not sure. All I know is this: between the ESPN games and the Fox games translate better to radio on Sirius XM than the ESPN games do. And I also enjoy watching the Fox games more on television as well. But here is the thing that is standing out the most to me that are making these games really, really nice, whether you're listening or watching, is that you can hear and see fans. And back in the before time, when we just had the XFL and then the USFL separate, I always found the XFL games to be more watchable in that there were usually more people in stands. And the USFL games were a lot of stadiums with tarps over the seats. And aesthetically, that looks better than just empty seats. Now, I'm not making a judgment on the quality of football because both the XFL and the USFL had just amazing quality football. I'm just talking about it looked better with people in the stands. And that's why I was glad that when the UFL happened, that they were going to have cities and play in those cities. And I honestly think a sparsely populated stadium with actual fans is better than a stadium with tarps over it. To this day, I think that's the best. But what is better? I'll tell you what's better. What's better is the Battle Dome being filled out in the lower bowls. What is better is Audi Field being filled up with beer steak and all that other stuff. What is better? The Aviators being packed out. The Kings being packed out. And when Birmingham was pretty much packed out, I remember when the Battlehawks were at Birmingham and that stadium was pretty much, it seemed, at least on television, pretty much packed full. And that is just better. But there is a problem with that. It has to happen past week one. And it has to happen even though a team drops an L or two. And that's what a lot of people are concerned with right now, because the Kings packed out their home opener and lost. They're going to play again this weekend. A win will do good things for their attendance. And it should. It should bring attendance above and beyond. The Aviators, they lost their first game down in Orlando, right? They had their home opener packed out. They lost it. A lot of people are afraid that it's going to hurt their attendance overall. And yes, winning games should help your attendance. But, and I've said this before, and I say it from experience, I don't go to sports games thinking that I'm only going to have a good time and I'm only going to want to go because of a win. The Battlehawks have lost their share of home games. And there's a little bummed part at the end, or even during parts, but ultimately it's just a fun time. It's a fun experience. And I understand that a lot of people get more passionate about the wins and loss and the sportsing and the stats than I do. But I just hold on. All I want to say to Orlando, to Columbus, and to Louisville is hold on. Because you can't have the highs without the lows. And if you continue to pack out those stadiums and have a good time no matter what, the highs are going to come. And when they do, they will be out of this world awesome. And the more people that you have there when it happens, the better. And it always doesn't happen in the first season. It takes time. When you have a league that is based on newer talent and first-time head coaches and things like that, things can seem rough at first because they are. But man, hold on. It is so worth it. Find the pleasure. I've never went to a baseball game saying, I'm only going to enjoy this if the team wins. Whether it's the Cardinals, the Red Sox, the Hickory Crawdads, or the Gateway Grizzlies. I go saying, I'm going to a baseball game. I'm going to have some fun. I'm going to have some beer. I'm going to have some hot dogs. I'm going to do whatever. I'm going to do the wave. I'm going to have a good time. I don't like the wave, but I always get sucked in. At least twice, if not 3 times at the Battlehawks game last weekend. That said, we want our teams to win, and we're going to cheer for them, and we're going to talk trash like they're going to win. And that's good. But just understand that occasionally it's going to happen to where they don't. Stallions fans know that. Defenders fans know that. Battlehawks fans know that. And so does everyone else a lot more, including the Renegades fans. So come on, man. Let's keep having a good time. Keep coming out. Find a reason to be there. Get through the lows so that we can all enjoy the highs. Sometimes the highs happen in the middle of the game, sometimes at the end, sometimes at the beginning, and sometimes it's the next game. And sometimes the highs happen no matter what because you're with 10, 14, 30, 40,000 fans that are friends. If not normally, just today or just right now. I am Don Battlehawk. This has been Battle Talk, and Battle Talk will be back on Monday. Enjoy the rest of the football this week. And remember, at Battle Talk, at Don Battlehawk is where you can find Battle Talk on X and YouTube. And I post memes, UFL related memes all the time. So please follow me in those places. Toodles.